This meeting is called to order in accordance with the Open Public Meeting Act. Notice of this meeting was provided to the Home News Tribune, the Star Ledger, and the Highland Park Planet on January 8, 2025, and was posted on Borough Hall website at www.hbborough.com and on the bulletin board of Borough Hall, 221 South Fifth Avenue, Highland Park, New Jersey, and has remained continuously posted as required by law. Fire exits are to my right and left of council chambers. Michael, can you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Mayor Foster,
Here.
Councilmember George, Councilmember Hale,
Councilmember George is excused.
Councilmember Hirsch,
Here.
Council President Kim Cho-han,
Here.
Councilmember Postolnik,
Here.
Councilmember Vargas,
Here.
Borough Attorney Shaw,
Here.
Borough Administrator Rivera.
Here.
Approval of minutes. May I have a motion to approve the minutes of February 4th, 2025, and regular meeting as distributed?
So moved.
Second. Roll call.
Councilmember Hale,
Yes.
Councilmember Hirsch,
Yes.
Council President Kim Cho-han,
Yes.
Councilmember Postolnik,
Yes.
Councilmember Vargas.
Yes.
Council report. I'm going to start off with Councilmember Postolnik.
Okay, thank you, Mayor. So, my name is Jason Stelnick. For everyone here at home, I am the chair of the Health and Human Services Committee in the Council. I have a brief report for tonight. First up, just wanted to mention that the Commission for Universal Access will be holding its next meeting on Wednesday, February 26th at 5 p.m. It's a hybrid meeting that will be held in the Fishbowl Conference Room in Borough Hall right here, just right across the hall from Council Chambers, and will also be held over Zoom. The Zoom link can be found on the Borough website's calendar. Next, let's talk about the upcoming food distributions for those in need. First, free groceries will be available from HP Gives a Hoot. It's every Tuesday and Wednesday from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. at the Zone 16 Center in 600 Benner Street. The next dates for these food distributions at the Teen Center are February 18th, February 25th, February 19th, and February 26th. And we also have the Highland Park Food Pantry distribution, which will take place next on Saturday, February 23rd, and on Thursday, February 27th, at the Highland Park Community Center, 220 South 6th Avenue. Next, the Human Relations Commission will be holding its first meeting of the year tomorrow, Wednesday, February 19th, at 7:30 p.m. over Google Meet. The Google Meet link can be found on the Borough website's calendar. There are also a number of vacancies in the commission, so if anyone is interested in becoming a member and working on cross-cultural education, understanding events, please submit a volunteer application that can be accessed on the borough's website. And lastly, on a related note, I just wanted to highlight that on the agenda tonight, we have Dr. Moishe Malik up for appointment as co-chair of the Human Relations Commission, which will round out the leadership for that critical commission. So thank you, Dr. Malik, and all of our volunteers for willing to step up and help make our community an even better place. That was my report for tonight. Thanks, Mayor.
Thank you. Councilmember Hirsch.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, everybody. I hope everyone's staying warm on this cold day. It's going to be cold all week, so please check on a neighbor, check on a friend, and the borough can help too in extreme circumstances, so please reach out. My name is Matthew Hirsch. I chair the borough's Public Works and Public Utilities Committee. And that portfolio includes a number of boards and commissions that I'm going to be reporting on tonight, including the Environmental Commission, the Shade Tree Advisory Committee, and Sustainable Highland Park. And of course, we oversee the town's public works operations. So just a few things about Sustainable Highland Park. So Sustainable Highland Park is our it's where environmental activism goes to roost, and it's a really terrific group that I encourage everybody to get involved with. It was born out of it's our green team. It's born out of our affiliation to Sustainable Jersey, which is an environmental and economic sustainability program that really tracks policy decisions on a local level that allow us to get points and open ourselves up to grants and other benefits of the work that we do. So really great group and worth getting involved in. They will have their regular meeting next Wednesday, February 26th at 7:30 p.m. on Google Meet. Please find the information at www.hpboro.com or at sustainablehighlandpark.org. Sustainable Highland Park also has a few activities coming up. All the Teen Center right here around the corner at 600 Benner Street. There will be a free children's clothing swap on Thursday, February 27th from 7 to 9:30 p.m. And again, Sunday, March 2nd from 2 to 5 p.m. Again, all this information is available on Sustainable Highland Park's website, www.sustainablehighlandpark.org. There you can also find gardening information and other garden resources. I know it's early, but I think we should all be thinking about warmer days ahead. There will also be tips on sustainably reselling used items. That's a common thing that we see in Highland Park, particularly on the social media pages and folks giving stuff away. And I think all of our kids' clothing, by the way, is circulated somewhere out in the community at this point. And it's a really great option not to only just leave your things on the curb or out for bulk waste, but potentially it can be reused by a loving home. So check it out there. So check out some tips there. Again, information on should you rake fallen leaves. There are a number of there's some environmental wisdom out there that suggests how we approach leaves. There's also information on leaf blower information. And you can also take Highland Park's self-guided rain garden tour, which is really cool, and I encourage anybody to do that. And then walk around town and check out the rain gardens between 3rd and 5th. And you can, and they have signs there too that you can access the guided tour. Sustainable Highland Park also works with a coalition of community volunteers on community cleanups. So if you're tired of seeing trash on our streets and sidewalks, in our parks and other natural areas, so are we. Do you wish, now we do what we can as the municipal government, but it does take a village. And it's not uncommon, obviously, in many towns to organize community cleanups as a way of community development, coming out, getting closer together with your neighbors, and then also seeing the fruit of your results and really improving, a space. So you can join Sustainable Highland Park and the Highland Park Ecology and Environmental Group for our regular trash cleanups. Those are also listed on www.sustainablehighlandpark.org. And as always, we're looking for new cleanup locations. Please email hpeeg.com and mention Sustainable Highland Park for more information. We did have some cleanup scheduled due to weather and other natural conditions had to be postponed, but keep a lookout for rescheduled dates, and they really do stick with the near weekly frequency for these cleanups. So it really is rewarding, and it's a great way to meet your neighbors and do something great. The Sustainable Highland Park also oversees the Adopt a Storm Drain initiative. Storm drains collect stormwater from streets and they transport it to local underground waterways. Obviously, runoff can carry litter, debris, and other pollutants to the drains. The stormwater sewer system and eventually and goes into the stormwater sewer system and eventually into our waterways. Litter and debris can also clog drains and flood local streets. Residents can adopt one or more storm drains in their neighborhood and just periodically check on them, make sure there's no debris covering them up, and when needed, you can remove litter from the top of the drain, and if it's more significant cloggage, please reach out to the borough. But you can also learn more about this program on Sustainable Highland Park's website. Just two more things from there, because we did just repopulate the website, and the group is really proud of everything that we're doing. Learn more about how native plants protect bird habitats and resources for planting a native plant and pollinator-friendly garden. Again, thinking to the spring. Just a reminder, there was a Monday holiday day in observance of President's Day. So you might have seen that your recycling and garbage pickup schedule changed a bit. So today is Tuesday. There was no recycling or garbage collection yesterday. So if you're in an affected area, that's why. But if you're not, there will be in the business district, north side, and Triangle, there will be garbage collection tomorrow, Wednesday, February 19th. And then on Thursday, February 20th, regular Southside recycling collection as scheduled. And then Friday, February 21st, regular garbage collection and schedule as scheduled in the business district and on the south side. We might have some snow this week on Thursday, as we've seen with the last few storms, we haven't had a whole lot in the way of accumulation, but the way that the roads are pre-treated and how we respond is a big part of keeping us safe, roads passable, and sidewalks walkable. As usual, I just wanted to mention that DPW salters and plows are ready to roll as soon as the snow starts. But in order to have the most successful snow removal efforts, residents and commercial property owners are required to shovel their walkways, sidewalks and walkways once there is a measurable amount of snow, and to maintain clear walkways throughout the storm. Please refer to the Borough's snow and ice removal ordinance at www.hpboro.com. And if you do see a property that has gone over a day, without clearing their snow, please report it, and we will be in touch with the property owner. If you or a neighbor needs assistance in clearing walkways, the Highland Park Department of Community Services compiles and distributes a list every year of people who've expressed interest in helping others with snow removal. And again, that list can be found at the Borough's website. Please call the Highland Park Police Department with any concerns at 732-572-3800. And remember, please only call 911 if there's a life-threatening emergency or to report a crime in progress. Thanks for your cooperation as we weather another storm. And I did just want to mention, as we deal with water main breaks, because of the fluctuating temperatures, nothing catastrophic has fortunately has happened in Highland Park, but we, working with Middlesex Water Company, we continue to repair small water main breaks as they come up. We also have a new sump pump ordinance that the borough passed at our last meeting on second reading. This initiative was born out of the Environmental Commission, and that really addresses a lot of what we see around town is when forward-facing sump pumps are depositing water directly into the roadway, right into the street. And I think you can see right up the road, there are areas where that can cause dangerous conditions, including icing. So please report, any danger in the roadway that you may see from the weather. If you see unusual, water accumulating in the roadways, it's really important that we report it. And that's my report, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Hill.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. My name is Matt Hale, and I chair the Economic Development Committee. This morning we held an event here in Borough Hall for local business development, and we brought in a bunch of people to talk about opportunities for local businesses for assistance. We had over 50 people come to the meeting. At the meeting, I met small business owners or wannabe small business owners. We had people who were wellness practitioners, professional photographers, an artist, art gallery owner, several consulting businesses, and many others were in attendance. It was a really great event with lots of people in attending. At the event, what we did is we brought people from different state and county agencies to give an update and an overview of the different programs that are available for small businesses. From the Middlesex County Office of Business Engagement, we had Carla Stefano and Senya Cuevas. She's the division head for small businesses. We had Kathy Guzman, the senior small business liaison for the New Jersey Economic Development Authority. Kelly Brosma, who is the state director and CEO of New Jersey Small Business Development Corporation. Mary Edelman and Leonardo Dieger, who are with the UCEDC, which is a nonprofit economic development corporation. At the event, participants learned about all the various business and economic development programs offered by the county and the state. These include loans, both big ones, and also micro loans that are lower than market rates. There's grants for developing online business components, loans for purchases and leases of new retail space, and business development consulting services of all types for small businesses and big. Participants heard about these various programs and then got to spend some one-on-one time with these folks. It really was amazing to see all these the programs that are available to small businesses, and I hope that we can continue these events to get the word out, not just about small businesses currently in Highland Park, but also any small businesses that we can gently convince to ditch their hometown and come to Highland Park, because that's something that we're working on as well. This is part of an outreach effort led by Terry Hovere and Rotulja Bartek to speak and work directly with businesses to help them develop and grow. Rather than just focusing on bringing more customers into Highland Park, we also want to make sure that the businesses are ready and able to handle them. So I certainly want to thank them for their efforts and leadership on this. I also want to thank my council colleagues, Norma Vargas and Stephanie Kim Chohan, for coming to the event today. And of course, the mayor for making it all happen. So thank you to all of those folks. It really was exciting to see so much interest and excitement about doing business in Highland Park. There's a lot more to come, of course, but it was a great event today. The only other thing I have is on our consent agenda is our proposals for the fourth year funding for the Neighborhood Preservation Program. As you will recall, this is a state grant that we've gotten. It's a 5-year grant, and we have to outline all of the things that we're going to use the grant money for. And so I've mentioned many of the things before, including Beyond Main Street, which is an online platform for small businesses in small towns. Placer AI, which is a platform again for helping people to know who's coming to their businesses. But we also have things like facade grants, which we've had cleanup grants. And also this year, a new thing we're adding is porch grants. So people who live in the district up on Woodbridge Avenue will have grants available for helping them to fix their porches and upgrade those as well. So a lot of really great stuff coming out of the MPP for the last 3 years, and this will be our fourth year. So really exciting time to do business, to have business, and see businesses grow up and down Highland Park. So that's my report, man.
Thank you. Great event this morning.
Yeah,
It's great to know. Councilmember Vargas.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. My name is Norma Vargas, and I am the council chair for Recreation and Arts. And let's see, the Arts Commission happenings. The Arts Commission met last Thursday at their new meeting location, which is at the Highland Park Library. And I love the library. They did an amazing job renovating it. So please take advantage and go to the library and support them. So the Arts Commission is growing, and we were honored to welcome 2 new volunteers, new member Liana Zamora, and soon, hopefully soon to be a member, Amanda Rooms. They really added to the conversation, and it was a really great meeting. The Commission is developing several projects, including a lecture and workshop series led by members on topics such as poetry, papermaking, and other interactive arts-related activities. They hope to kick off with a poetry workshop in April in honor of National Poetry Month. So stay tuned, where they're still waiting for the Highland Park Library to update their use of space policy in order to book it. Additionally, the Windows of Understanding has launched, and actually today they had an event at the State Theater. And their artwork is currently displayed at the Rite Aid windows. This year's themes are wellness and climate change. These works were created in collaboration with the Zone 6 Teen Center and the Pride Center of New Jersey. Please be sure to stop by Rite Aid windows and appreciate their art. There will be a closing reception on March 26th at 5:30 at the Highland Park Library. So the community is invited to attend that. Historical Commission update. The Historical Commission meets tomorrow, Thursday at 7 p.m. So I don't have a full report on their meeting. Well, I have one for the next council meeting. But however, as mentioned in the previous council meeting, they are applying for a New Jersey Council on Humanities Community History Grant, and they attended the required workshops last week. So I look forward to Thursday's meeting, and I will provide an update at the next council meeting on that. Hopefully, it's a program that they'll get accepted to. Recreation Department updates. The Recreation Department is currently accepting registrations for all spring adult and youth programming. These are low-cost, high-quality programs with discounted rates available for families in need. For more details, visit highlandparknj.myrec.com or call 732-819-0052. Important to note is that their summer camp registration is now going to open on March 3rd. It was originally going to open March 1st, but they realized that was on a Saturday, so they changed it over to March 3rd. So keep that in mind, and as soon as registration opens up that 3rd, please take advantage and register on time. Community Center, they will be having a spring St. Patrick's Day luncheon on Tuesday, March 18th at 12 p.m. It will feature live entertainment and a catered lunch. Also a reminder that the Department of Aging provides transportation services to grocery stores, medical appointments, and even to the library. For further information, contact your staff at 732-712-2281. The Municipal Alliance Committee. Today I attended my first Municipal Alliance Committee meeting. The Municipal Alliance is a coalition of the school, law enforcement, businesses, community groups, and youth with the mission of reducing substance use and crime. Their efforts include in educational programs, awareness initiatives, outreach, and support for youth and parents. One of the programs they support is Girls on the Run. I don't know if anybody has heard of that program, but I have. And initially, I thought this was simply a recreational running program for girls, but today I learned that it is so much more than that. It will begin on March 1st, and it combines running with life skills education, resilience building, empowerment, and community service engagement. Please stay tuned for those registration details. I want to say, Councilman Hale talked about the workshop this morning. I attended that workshop and was organized by the economic development team. So I want to extend my gratitude to the staff for bringing this valuable event to Highland Park and to all the presenters who shared important information for the business owners. As a new business owner myself, I truly appreciated learning about the resources available in our state to support small businesses. And that is my report tonight.
Thank you. Council President Kim Cho-Han.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. My name is Stephanie Kim Cho-Han, and I chair Finance. The CDBG, which stands for Community Development Block Grant Committee, met this past week, and it's actually on the agenda tonight. We put in out for our same request, $76,445, and that is the breakdown is the Highland Park Community Food Pantry, $10,000, Youth Development Programs, $33,445, and Senior Services, $33,000. And so hopefully that will pass tonight. The Rent Control Board will be meeting on February 27th at 5:30 here in Council Chambers. I also, like Councilman Hill had mentioned, I also attended the workshop this morning, and it was very informative. I hope many of the businesses that attended do take advantage of those programs. As a banker myself, I can tell you those programs are not available at your traditional bank where you walk in, from forgivable loans to businesses that's only been open for a year. You can walk into your bank, and as soon as you say you're open for a year, they'll say, come back and visit me in 2 years. When your business, you show me that you have survived. So please take advantage of those programs if you attended this morning. And that's my report, Mayor.
Thank you. Borough Administrator report.
Yes, Mayor, thank you. Just a couple items. First is more of a housekeeping item. For those of you watching on Zoom tonight, you may see a different camera angle. That's due to the fact that we have a issue with the rear camera, which is the one that faces forward. So we're using the side camera tonight, but the Zoom will work fine. And we're also recording it the old-fashioned way with a camera. So hopefully the combination of both will have a good YouTube record for everybody who watches afterwards. So in case you were wondering, that's what's going on. I promised an update on the flashing stop sign at Cleveland and Madison Avenues. The request was, could we turn it off or dim it, especially during the evening hours. We ran it past the police department, they didn't have any issues with that. And we've asked for a quote from the vendor to get the necessary switch that would allow us to allow for dimmable lights. And there's no timer on or off, but it can dim. So we're waiting on the quote for what that would cost, and my expectation is we'll make that change as soon as we get that, and you'll see that hopefully in the coming months. So just bear with us a little longer, but at least we know we have the capability of doing that. And the only other item I thought I would mention was because I know it's of interest to those at home and in the audience. We did issue our request for qualifications for the design work and services related to the public plaza on South 3rd Avenue. I think the deadline is Thursday of next week, and we'll be going through those responses with the committee, with myself and Councilmember Hale serving on that committee. But I just wanted the public to be aware that that process is moving forward. We're going to try to find the right team that can take in kind of all of our wishes, all of our concerns, and translate that into a top-notch design that's going to work for all neighbors and users of the space, including Main Street Highland Park, including our farmers market, you name it. So I'm really excited to see that moving forward, and we'll be reporting out more when we know more.
Thank you. Borough Attorney's report.
Thank you, Mayor. I'm just going to go through two quick items. First is, we had reformed the procedures of how we run the meetings, and I kind of want to just go through the agenda on where public participation can occur. Let's first go to number 10. That's the first time members of the public can participate. But in this public participation, you can only ask questions regarding the resolutions and the ordinances that are up for vote today. Once your comments or questions are put on the record, the mayor will close the public portion and will instruct, either she will respond to the question or instruct someone on the dais to respond to the question. Once the public participation time period is closed, no member of the public can speak during that time. The second time that the public can participate is going to be the ordinance number 11B, and it's on for a second hearing, and if any members of the public have a comment regarding this specific ordinance, you may come up, state your comments, we will close the public portion, and the mayor will address any comments. And then the third, which is on your agenda, listed as number 16, any member of the public can come up and comment or have a question on anything that's relevant to the borough. Once the comments and questions are placed on the record, the mayor will close the public portion and either respond to the questions or instruct somebody on the dais to respond. Once the public portion is closed, no member of the public can speak during that time period. The second thing I want to talk about was that we have two ordinances up for vote regarding the on-street accessible parking spaces. And it may seem confusing, so I'm going to explain it before the vote occurs. 11A was introduced in our last council meeting. It's on for a second hearing. We unfortunately discovered that there needed to be additional modifications after it was published the first time. So we are asking for the governing body to pull that ordinance, and it won't be passed. And in lieu of that, we have reintroduced as a first reading as 12A. Now, many of you at home might say, why are you reintroducing it? Well, unfortunately, because there's substantive changes, it needs to get reintroduced with the first and the second hearing. If there weren't substantive changes, we would have just let it go, and it would have been a second hearing. And I think it's important. I know the mayor and the governing body is very, very keen on helping the residents with the proper parking spaces in the town. Thank you so much, Mayor.
Thank you. And now it's time for my report. I just want to give a big shout out to the Highland Park Middle School. It held its first ever National Honor Society induction ceremony on Thursday, February 13th at the Highland Park High School auditorium. 31 students were inducted into the school's chapter, recognizing for their outstanding achievements in scholarship, leadership, service, character, and citizenship. The ceremony was filled with pride and celebration as the students and their families gathered to recognize the inductees' exceptional accomplishments. The ceremony included members of the Highland Park High School Honor Society reading a brief description of each of the 5 pillars of Highland Park, of the New Jersey High School's scholarships. Scholarships, leadership, service, character, and citizenship. Before receiving their certificates, each new inductee shared a personal reflection on their individual pillars that resonated with them, further demonstrating their connection to the core principles of the organization. The ceremony concluded with the inductees taking the NJHS pledge, led by Superintendent of School, Dr. Christina Susta, solidifying their commitment to the organization ideals. As a member of NJHS, each student will now engage in a number of individual and chapter project services. And I personally want to say congratulations all, and thank you for making Highland Park proud. Last Monday, I had the privilege of attending the Black History Month at the Governor's Mansion in Princeton, which was held by Governor Murphy. It was festive and inspiring, honoring two outstanding New Jerseyans for their contribution to our states. We recognize and celebrate Black leadership and Black change makers in our community. These two individuals included Dr. Foster and Attorney Johnson from J&J for their remarkable leadership. And I just want to say thank you again for all you do for Jersey. Staying on school and education for one more minute. I had the opportunity earlier this month to have the first graders from Cleveland Avenue Yeshiva School that came in to visit, and they wanted to see what are some of the responsibilities that the mayor has and how does the town run and what kind of, they wanted to know if I had presidential powers, which I did, but I don't. But their questions was, they had some really, really good questions. And they wrote me afterwards, and I received a total of 11 letters, but they were really good. 12 kids said they love the new library and they're happy for the new library and they enjoy especially the cool chairs and the reading room, which is good news to us. 9 of them said that they appreciate how safe our town was, and they wanted to know what does DPW do to keep the town safe when it snows and how they do snow removal. And I explained to them how the snow removal is done and how the streets are chosen for each snow removal and the preparation that the Department of Public Works does. And they were really happy, so they wanted us to say thank you to DPW. I thought that was really sweet. So again, I was honored to be around these students and learn a lot from them and to see that they're really thinking and what's happening around us all, they're thinking about that as well. Last but not least, there is a program called Stay New Jersey. And Stay New Jersey is for seniors over age 65. I will be rolling out more information on the Stay New Jersey program for those seniors over 65 that will have an opportunity to get some discounts on their property taxes and such have you. Stay tuned, it will be in on our Facebook pages. We want to publicize this as much as possible so those who qualify can have an opportunity to tap into these cost-saving programs. So stay tuned, I will be bringing more information to you. Thank you, and that's my report. And now, it's time for public participation. 21 minutes total, 3 minutes per speaker, limited to items on the agenda. Comments from members of the public attending in person will be heard first, followed by those attending via Zoom. And 30 minutes.
I do see one hand up, Mayor. Sorry, I was not on the mic. 2 hands up and make that 3 hands up. How things change. All right, first up, Sal Baptist. You could just state your name to confirm it's you.
Hi, this is Sal Baptist. I live on Brereton Avenue. I saw that there's an ordinance to purchase the lot that had the yellow brick road school. And then I also noticed that we also have an ordinance for first reading to exceed the municipal budget appropriation limits by an amount that it seems like is substantially affected by the amount of this property purchase. So I was wondering what will purchasing the property do for us to justify the cost since we're going over budget? And how are we going to pay for this going over budget. So that's my question.
Anyone else?
Yep, hold on one second here. Looks like next up is someone coming up as Jackie. If you could just confirm your name for us. And hold on, oops, I did not allow you to talk. Now you should be able to speak. Jackie?
Jackie Ryan, Valentine Street. I have a question about the 2101 and 2103 ordinances. I'm very happy to hear that we're getting the new parking spots for accessibility, but are there going to be breaks in the sidewalk or the curbs for the people to get from the those big spots onto the sidewalk?
Please go through all your questions, and then when we close the public comment, the mayor may come back to them. Jackie, you have any other questions?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
We don't go back and forth during public comment, so you're going to want to go through all of your points or questions now, and the mayor may come back to them after we close the public comment section. So go through any other questions or comments you might have now.
That's the only one.
Okay.
Thank you.
Next up is phone number ending 4445.
Hi, Lois living North 2nd Avenue. I'm surprised. I think something is amiss with your second corrected accessible parking spaces. If you look, Benner and Magnolia have been now moved on your paperwork to the 7th voting district, which I thought was from the River to North 2nd Avenue in the last 50 years. I think you have one more mistake. Of course, we all want to see this move forward. Just don't take parking space from the wrong voting district since that's very limited. Thank you. Bye. Talk to you later.
Anyone else?
No, Mayor. And just for the record, we have 7 attendees on Zoom.
Thank you. Seeing no one else, may I have a motion to close public participation?
So moved. Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Hale,
Yes.
Councilmember Hirsch,
Yes.
Council President Kim Cho-Han.
Yes.
Councilmember Pistonik,
Yes.
Councilmember Vargas.
Yes.
Terry, would you like to report on the question about Yellow Brick Road and the municipal, the transfer budget?
Yes, so the two items aren't related. Just first and foremost, and the caller was referring to ordinance number, for second reading, 25-2102, which is 11B, and also on first reading, ordinance number 25-2104, which is item 12B on the agenda. What is commonly referred to as the cap bank ordinance, we do pass this ordinance, at least since I've been here, annually. It basically authorizes the creation of a cap bank, which, should we need it, because there are items in the budget that are under cap and items that aren't. And if sometimes we need to tap into that bank because of costs that are out of our control. For example, one year we had insurance costs that went above that 2%. We needed to tap into our cap bank. So this authorizes it. It is not saying we're tapping into it just yet, but basically there's a calculation that has to be done, the caller was referring to, and that is what, is the maximum we can cap based on prior, how much remainder was from a prior year. So I'm sorry for that feeble financial description, but the two items aren't related. We do the 12B annually, and this is just within our normal practice, and it's there if we need it. So there's that.
Thank you. there's gonna be a vote to, but it's not a vote. We're gonna have first reading tonight on 25-2103. No, it's not. It's first reading. 25. Introduction, okay. All right. We'll get to that one later. We'll get to the other two later, the other two questions later. Ordinance requiring the second reading. Clerk, can you please report on ordinance number 25-2101?
An ordinance amending and supplementing chapter 278-17 parking on street accessible parking spaces within the Borough of Highland Park.
We need to table that. Can you help coach us a little bit?
Okay. That's the one that, in the beginning of the meeting, you just described, that you said the reason why we were gonna pull it. And so we're at that place. This is the one that our attorney went over and said we have to pull it. It was a bit confusing, so I just wanted us to read on that, and we are gonna take off that one.
Motion to table?
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Hale,
Yes.
Councilmember Hirsch,
Yes.
President Kim Cho-han,
Yes.
Councilmember Pistonik,
Yes.
Councilmember Vargas.
Yes.
And okay, and so we just pulled that one. Ordinance number 25-2102. Clerk, please report on ordinance number 25-2102.
Ordinance of the Borough of Highland Park in the County of Middlesex, State of New Jersey, authorizing the borough to enter into a purchase and sale agreement with 15 South LLC to acquire Block 3001, Lot 5, on the tax map of the Borough of Highland Park, 15 South 3rd Avenue, has been duly advertised for consideration of passage on final reading by title, and affidavits of publication are on file.
Public hearing. Now it's time for a public hearing on this ordinance. If anyone would like to speak on this ordinance, please come to the microphone and identify yourself. Those who are on Zoom can use the raise hand button.
Hi everyone, my name is Rachel Timke. I'm on South Second. I was just wondering if you could explain a little bit what the plans are for purchasing this lot, what will become. Thank you.
My name is Michael Addis. I live at 35 South 3rd Avenue, Highland Park. The one thing, it is not appropriate, I understand, given the proceedings tonight, to take this up now, but I've talked to quite a number of people who live in that area. I've talked to people who have, including ourselves, who have put huge amounts of money into our houses to make them viable. And we have not at all been consulted on this program, and we wish to be heard, and I hope you will make room for this at another meeting before you go ahead too far. There are major problems with traffic, with what happens to all the houses that have been fixed up. If you go in that area now, you'll see that it's been absolutely redone, including a new house that just was basically an old house that was rebuilt. We put a lot of effort and money into that, and we feel like we have not been, there's been no avenue for us to express our views, and we have people who know what they're doing, who could do that and be helpful. We are not saying we absolutely oppose this in any positive way, but we have to have a hearing, and we have to have a real discussion about how we go about this, where the entry places go, what happens to parking, what kind of screen will there be for all the residents behind it. There are a whole series of issues that have to be dealt with, and we would hope that the borough would take those into account. Well, by the end of this, we're going to have a lot of votes. And it is a major issue, and I'd be happy to talk to the mayor about it and bring along a couple other people who are involved in this. We've lived here 50 years. We love this town, and we feel like all this is happening, and this is going to happen to us. And the big questions about garbage, already the garbage bins along Third Avenue are overflowing. What's going to happen when the garden sales are there? And what's going to happen to the traffic? The traffic is insane on that part of Third Avenue. And you allow big trucks to park there. So I think we have a real problem here that's going to affect a lot of people in the borough and maybe have a real long lasting
30 seconds.
Okay, my time is up, but I hope I'll be back, and I'd love to talk to you in private if we could, because this is really important to a lot of people. Okay? Thank you.
I do see a hand up on Zoom. Gerald Pomper.
Hold on one second.
hold on.
Mr. Lattis, are you referring, what property are you referring to?
What am I?
Are you referring to South Third?
Yes, sir.
Okay, with the,
I'm referring to the project that nobody has consulted us on, that is going to go through and transform that whole area.
I'll be happy to set a meeting and discuss with you further.
Really like
Thank you.
that, please. Michael Haddis.
Oh, that is.
Hello.
I've
Hold
lived here
on,
50 years.
Hold on, Mr. Pomper, one moment.
Okay, now it's time for Mr. Bumper.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you. I was having trouble with the muting. I am Gerald Pomper. I live at 348 South 3rd Avenue. And I welcome Michael Addis's views on this. I think there are two different questions. One question is, should we have downtown redevelopment? And I'm in favor of that, and I think Michael Addis is also. But this should not be without regard for the residents in the immediate area who are going to be particularly affected. And particularly affected if the farmers market is moved to the area between 3rd and 4th Avenues. I think the residents, especially on that block from Raritan to Magnolia, deserve special consideration for the effects, possible effects of the movement of the farmers market to that area. And one thing I suggest is that they should get special kind of signification in their cars, so that on the days of the farmers market, let's say it's on a Friday, no parking would be permitted in front of those homes on 3rd Avenue from Magnolia to Raritan, except for the residents. So those should not become places where people who come to shop are taking other people's homes. I think that's very important, and you should put a lot of consideration into that when you come to actually talking about the fuller development of Raritan Avenue and the South 3rd Avenue sort of community area further up the street. But don't disregard their very important concerns which affect all of us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No other hands up.
Okay. Seeing there's no one else, may I have a motion to close public hearing on ordinance number 25-2102?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call?
Councilmember Hale,
Yes.
Councilmember Hirsch,
I just wanted to thank everybody for their feedback. There's nothing unreasonable that was said, and I anticipate that all of that feedback is heard, and then concerns will be addressed as we move through the process. The council has been involved with this for a long time, and so it's important to understand that folks who may just be really understanding what's going on now, really need, more information available. So with that, I do say yes, that we will continue working with the public, and yes to this ordinance.
Council President Kim Cho-Han,
Yes.
Councilmember Pistonik,
Yes.
Councilmember Vargas.
Yes.
I just want to address the 2 questions that came in regarding South Third and the inquiries for a meeting. Yes, I would be happy to meet with anyone who's concerned with this matter so we can outline and detail the plan. And I would be inviting Councilmember Hale, because this is his bucket, economic development. So we will be happy to sit down with you and go over in full detail what the program is, a complete outline of the proposal of where we're looking to take this. So you can reach out to Terry and she will make an appointment for us to get together and meet. Thank you. Our attorney?
Mayor, I just wanted to make sure that everyone understood the vote. The first vote that occurred was to close the public portion, and then now we need to have a motion to adopt, to reject the ordinance. I just wanted to make sure, because I understand some of the councilmen, if you voted for both of them, we have another vote.
No, yes, that was just the roll call I was asking.
Okay, thank you, Mayor. I just wanted to make sure the record was clear. Thank you.
Thank you, I appreciate that. Councilmember Hill, any question?
Sure. I just wanted to, one of the things that Terry mentioned earlier today is that we put an RFQ out for a consultant to help us with this project on South Third. A big part of what that consultant will do is help us with understanding what the community wants, what the community needs, particularly the people who are on South Third. So we've been talking about this for 3 years. We've been, it's been a big part of our redevelopment plan for quite some time. But we understand that community involvement is really important, and so we have created this RFQ, which is going to bring in landscape design consultants, bring in a whole host of folks to make sure that we get it right, to make sure that this is a park that is used across Highland Park, but is good for as many people about Highland Park as possible. So I just wanted you to, as Terry said, we do have this RFQ out. And part of what they will be doing is soliciting community involvement for this in the future. So, but again, as the mayor said, I'm happy to have a meeting anytime.
Yes. Okay.
Oh, you dropped the mic.
That's right, he dropped the mic. No. Well, back to the regular schedule program. We look forward to meeting with you, both of you, or any other parties that's interested in meeting, so we can go over in detail because we need a committee set up to review and to get input from everyone. So we're not just doing this blindly. We want the community to be involved, and we need to.
I really appreciate that because we are concerned and we do care about
We're all vested, we've all lived here a very long time, and we want to see the future of our town grow, but we want to do it wisely and we want to do it with a lot of care, and so we don't disenfranchise anyone. Oh, and with that said, now we go for a roll call. Motion?
Motion.
Second.
Roll call?
Councilmember Hill,
Yes.
Councilmember Hirsch,
Yes.
Council President Kim Cho-Han,
Yes.
Councilmember Pistonik,
Yes.
Councilmember Vargas.
Yes.
Ordinance requiring first reading. Clerk, please report on introduction of ordinance number 25-2103.
An ordinance amending and supplementing chapter 278-17, parking on street accessible parking spaces within the Borough of Highland Park has been introduced by the Public Safety Committee for consideration of passage on first reading by title.
May I have a motion to adopt or reject ordinance number 25-2103?
Motion. Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Hale,
Yes.
Councilmember Hirsch,
Yes.
Council President Kim Cho-Han,
Yes.
Councilmember Pistonik,
Yes.
Councilmember Vargas.
Yes.
Clerk, please report on introduction of ordinance number 25-2104.
Calendar year ordinance to exceed the municipal budget appropriations limit and to establish a cap bank NJSA 48-4-45.14 has been introduced by the Finance Committee for consideration of passage on the first reading by title.
May I have a motion to approve or reject ordinance number 25-2104, authorizing publication as required by law and set public hearing for March 4th, 2025.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Hale?
Yes.
Councilmember Hirsch?
Yes.
Council President Kim Cho-Han?
Yes.
Councilmember Pistonik?
Yes.
Councilmember Vargas?
Yes.
Now we move on to the consent agenda. Items for resolution. May I ask members of the council if they have anything on the following agenda that they would like to pull for a separate vote?
No, Mayor. Speaking for myself.
Okay. May I have a motion to adopt or reject the following consent agenda items 13A through 13K?
So moved. Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Hale?
Yes.
Councilmember Hirsch?
Yes.
Council President Kim Cho-Han?
Yes.
Councilmember Pistonik?
Yes.
Councilmember Vargas?
Yes.
Resolution requiring a separate reading. May I have a motion to adopt or reject resolution number 2-25-81, resolution to approve budget transfer?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Hale?
Yes.
Councilmember Hirsch?
Yes.
Council President Kim Cho-Han?
Yes.
Councilmember Pistonik?
Yes.
Councilmember Vargas?
Yes.
May I have a motion to adopt or reject resolution 2-25-82, resolution to approve budget transfer?
Motion.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Hale?
Yes.
Councilmember Hirsch?
Yes.
Council President Kim Cho-Han?
I did just want to mention, because there was a comment about the budget, they, from now until we actually do adopt the actual budget, there will be many ordinance, transfer budgets, temporary amendments, so we can actually work until we actually adopt the budget for this year. Just a heads up. Yes.
Councilmember Vargas?
Yes.
I'm sorry, Councilmember Pistonik.
Yes.
It's all good. We're good. Got everyone. Now we move on to appointments. Human Relations Commission, Dr. Moshi Malik, co-chair. May I have a motion to confirm?
Motion, please.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Hale?
Yes.
Councilmember Hirsch?
Yes.
Council President Kim Cho-Han?
Yes.
Councilmember Pistonik?
Why, yes, thank you.
Councilmember Vargas?
Yes.
Sexy fast.
Now it's time for the second public participation. 3 minutes per speaker on any topic, subject to conclude by 9 p.m. Comments from members attending in person will be heard first, followed by those on Zoom. We have any Zoom?
We do have a couple hands up on Zoom. Phone number ending 4445, Lois Lemming, I believe. If you could just confirm it's you.
Hi, Lois again, North Second Avenue, can you hear me?
Yes. Yes, I can. Go ahead.
Okay, a few years ago, we had a problem, the borough had a problem, before Sunoco cleaned up its act beautifully, the graffiti was growing and other problems were there, the ugly fence. So that was all remediated, but the town couldn't push that Sunoco owner because there was apparently no business maintenance ordinance in town. But you have a long-standing housing, residential housing maintenance, and the blue house on North 2nd at 20 North 2nd was recently purchased, I believe in December, for $500,000 and has been pulled apart by the new owner, the new contractor, whoever it is. that I'm sure it's going to tell you this is how we want to see what the conditions under the blue is like, and that's a bunch of baloney. It has been pulled apart. I please, I beg all the council members to drive by in the daylight, stop, look at it. The part of the support under the grills about 4 or 5 feet long. The vertical for air for the porch and for underneath the door is taking off. So now it's a hazard. The under porch area, the door has been removed. It's an invitation for heaven knows what besides animals. The foundation support under the screwwork in the center has been removed. Half the wooden staircase has been removed. Yes, the barricades off with the white railing. It did not have to be removed, but now it's removed. So it's doing what the cynical. They think we don't know that this is part of, ooh, look, it collapsed. It will collapse if this is allowed to continue. Are you finding and enforcing your housing maintenance code, pulling in revenue? I know while the house is standing, you're receiving tax revenue, and that's terrific, but it is going to be simply a 33-foot frontage by 150 feet deep vacant lot for your track day and those things. But I don't think it's a danger. I think it's called an attractive nuisance for children when spring is around.
30 seconds.
I hope you take a look at it. I hope you're getting lots of money. At one point, the Borough house on the the corner of North Adelaide and 27 was fined for having an old roof and peeling paint and peeling off the windows. They had about 20 violations to repair, and the Borough came back and said, look, we want to donate this land, 200 feet by 200, on 27 as a park, and of course, the developer who wanted to buy it put up the beautiful brick building, got to purchase it, and there was no park donated in Brody's name to the people of Highland Park. So this is going to come down. If you are not getting revenue, why not? This is selective enforcement. That's all my question is, are you getting extra funds for it? It is ugly and it is dangerous.
Thank you, Lois.
Not building when it's here. Thank you.
Anyone else?
Looks like Sal Baptist. Again, would you like to confirm it too? Sal Baptist, you looking to speak?
Anyone else?
Oh wait, I may not have unmuted, sorry, let me try. Sal Baptist, is it you? Sorry about that.
Yes.
Sorry,
yes.
I didn't unmute, I apologize, that was my.
Right. Okay. First off, I want to agree with Lois. I walked past that house, that blue house. It is horrible. I walk past it fairly frequently with my dog, and I had repeatedly gone, oh my God, how terrible is this? And then it gets even more terrible. Definitely that is an eyesore and a danger. I also noticed that the executive session about the Botian versus Highland Park litigation, I am assuming this is about Aldi marijuana, in which case I completely agree with Botian, and it is incredibly obnoxious to have pot being sold on almost every block in town, especially since I'm very allergic and it's literally a hazard to walk down Raritan Avenue. No one in town was asked, did we want to have 6 pot shops in town? I think there's definitely room for some kind of middle road between no pot shops and pot shops everywhere. And I think that, the council being so determined to have so many marijuana dispensaries is really horrible. And I urge you to listen to those of us in the town who are tired of breathing marijuana smoke all the time, whether we want to or not, and marijuana fumes. And yeah. Also, I don't remember hearing if the concerns about the ordinance for the handicap spaces, the two concerns about will there be curb cutouts, and the voting district numbers, if they were correct.
30 seconds.
I don't recall hearing those two concerns being addressed, so I would just like to ask if those could be addressed by the mayor or whomever. Thanks.
Anyone else there?
No.
Okay. Seeing there's no further, may I have a motion to close public participation?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call?
Councilmember Hale,
Yes.
Councilmember Hirsch,
Yes.
Council President Kim Cho-Han,
Yes.
Councilmember Pistonik,
Yes.
Councilmember Vargas.
Yes.
Terry, can we have code enforcement look at the property that's being discussed, 20 North Second?
Will do.
Thank you. And we discussed the handicap parking spaces, that's the one that was tabled earlier in our meeting, so. Yeah.
We reintroduced with the corrected locations. We'll verify those voting districts. And as for the question of curb cuts, there are no adaptations for that. These are just on-street, dedicated, accessible parking spots, as you've seen in other parts of town. So there will be no curb work as part of that.
And now we're gonna forego the 5-minute recess, do we all agree? And now it's time to talk about executive session. Next we have item number 18-A, resolution 2-25-83, executive session litigation, Botian versus Highland Park. The attorney representing the borough in this case is unable to attend our meeting tonight. I would like to ask the council members for a motion on this resolution, to pull this resolution. May I have a motion to pull resolution number 2-25-83?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Hale,
Yes.
Councilmember Hirsch,
Yes.
Council President Kim Cho-Han,
Yes.
Councilmember Pistonik,
Yes.
Councilmember Vargas.
Yes.
Okay. And may I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Our next scheduled meeting is March 4th at 7 p.m. Thank you all, have a good night.